Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We welcome you to this course. We are presenting the Prosthodontics Lab Introduction, and we are located in Just University, and we are presenting the course called Removable Prosthodontics. This is the preclinical part where it involves the training for the laboratory steps. And as you can see from the syllabus that this course is presented in the first semester, and it's concerned with the removable prosthodontics complete dentures. And we're located at the main campus of Just University, and this is in the D block. And the exact location, if you come through the main gate and go to the right, you may reach the dental block, and from there we are located exactly over the deanship. The lab at entrance goes into Lab A. As you enter the lab, there are some points that we would like to emphasize. First of all, that preparing before going into the lab is important. This includes wearing a clean and tidy lab coat at all sessions and before entering. Masks and glasses or goggles are important. Not wearing jewelry, not eating or drinking, as you know that this is unsafe practice. Smartphones and digital devices are allowed into the lab for the purpose of learning during the worksheets and open book exams. Other than that, for communication and audio entertainment, this might distract you from the work. The lab is divided into two main parts. Lab A, we call it, and Lab B. Upon entry, you enter to Lab A. The lab is designed as technician stations. These stations are designed for individual work on each seat. Each unit has a chair and accessory devices attached to it. Each student will be seated in an exact location, so notice your number in front of you. That's the number on the right of the vertical arm holding the lamp. This is the location for each student where they should attend at all times. Students will be seated as groups on each bench. Each bench has multiple devices attached to it, and in front of you, you would see the screen, which is the one that displays our work. Regarding the lab, we are very concerned about the safety, and it should be part of the training of staff and students, and we consider this video one of them. And we're going to point out many of the points that could be considered as hazardous for students during the work. Loose ends should be tied because we are working with flames and open flames. And in this lab, we had some people where they caught fire. Because we're using the flame at many instances during the work, we need to respect the fire safety regulations. And one of them is knowing how to use the fire extinguisher. If you read carefully into instructions, they will tell you how to operate these extinguishers. We have multiple of these. We also have an emergency unit. In this compartment, we provide you with multiple first aid essentials. We have also an announcement board. We have multiple display units. And this is the central lab area where it's located between both A and B labs. In this lab, we should observe more safety precautions because this is the lab where we're dealing with all material chosen for this lab are approved by the American Dental Association or FDA or other regulatory bodies. Meaning that they are biocompatible is that they are safe if used under precautions. Those materials should not be handled in direct contact with the skin. So we observe that we always wear gloves, and because we don't want material spilling over our hands. And also this is another reason why we close shoes and pants, so nothing will fall off on our bodies. Gypsum is one of the materials that we use, and gypsum is a material that produces dust. Aerosols produced by multiple rotary instruments is also a hazard. So this is why we need you not to smell and keep away from vapor, especially of monomers. Other regulations regarding chemical burns are followed. These are our display units. These are closets with a clear glass where you can see multiple steps of the procedures. We welcome you to see the components of these closets, but please keep them in place. Going through the lab, we will reach Lab B. And Lab B is basically the same design as Lab A, containing all of the instruments and material and units that were included in Lab B. This lab has an extra capacity to receive another 50 students. If we look closely at each unit, we will find that you can put on the light from the switch, red switch. We are using the Bunsen burner. We have a handpiece. This handpiece is attached to the unit where we can regulate it. And we also have an air vacuum where aerosols or dust can be evacuated. We also have the control for the handpiece, and this regulates the speed by which the handpiece runs. This is the air jet that you could use for cleaning and expelling loose material. Burrs are mounted on the handpiece, and by regulating the knobs in the lower part and knee control, we can operate these handpieces. It is preferred that these handpieces are used with goggles and protective shields. Also, you're going to use the flame in many steps, and the flame is operated by gas, so make sure you have the main knob open and you can control the flame off the end of the Bunsen burner. Because we're using flames, we would like to advise you not to keep any loose material on the bench tops. On the bench top, only leave your main working instruments, but no lab coats, no bags on the bench top, because these might catch fire. But also on the ground, they might be a hazard as people can trip over them. So make sure that you keep your bags and material that you bring with you inside the drawers and not around loose over the bench top or on the floor. You also should be observing the flame at all time and not working or talking around it, because you might catch fire if your lab coat or some of what you are wearing is not fire resistant. We have advised you to bring a list of instruments. This list is present in your syllabus. Just to go through, these are wax knives, lacquer carvers, some plates, rubber bowls, plaster spatulas, plaster knives, multiple end burrs, multiple acrylic working burrs, sandpaper mandrel, and if you would like to use a manual flame, scalpels, blades, and scalpel handle, goggles for eye protection, and next semester we will be using the loops. Colored pencils, pens, and markers are advised, and if you have old toothbrushes. Multiple other points are present in the syllabus regarding other points in this course. It is advisable that you observe all professionalism issues. Make sure you know how the lab work is assessed, and we will provide you with quality checks at all time. Of course, we would have no tolerance for cheating, and there are some makeup exams. Attendance is important, and this begins from the first day of registration. Otherwise, if you are absent, university rules will apply. Here we welcome students with special needs, because some students have some limitations regarding health issues or traveling issues or other needs that we might miss. So we would advise you, please come forward and tell us your situation so we could accommodate any change that is possible within the time frame and the location frame that we are bounded to. Our exams are all graded, and we encourage students to approach us for consultations and for advice and for other problems. Changes on the course based on previous course reports are accommodated at the beginning of the semester. Otherwise, there might be some small shifts because of vacations or holidays, sudden holidays because of the weather or so on, and these changes will be announced immediately. We wish you a safe journey while learning the complete denture procedures, and thank you.